Resources, section 7.1, 7.1.4. And we're going to deal with resources, people, infrastructure, the environment for operations and processes. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what resources are about in 2015. In section 7.1.1, it talks about the resources the organization to determine resources needed to establish, implement, maintain, continually improve the quality management system. What it says, we have to consider certain things. The capacity of constraints, existing internal resources. We have to take a look at the resources. What do we have? Capacity is what are our capabilities? What kind of capacity do we have in our organization? What actually do we have available to produce a product or provide a service? And our constraints. Constraints are things that hold us up. When we look at the flow of operations in any organization and the resources that keep that flow going from one step to the other, and so producing 50, 50, 50, 49, that's a constraint. That means that on the backside of that is 49, 49, 49, 49. It's not going to get any bigger because of the constraint. So when they talk about capacity, that's how much can we do? And the constraint is what are our limits based on the weakest link in the chain, or that constraint to where it's reduced, the production level is reduced. What do we need from outside providers to produce product or provide the service? So our resources are, what do we need? What kind of external vendors do we need? What type of external resources? Some outsourcing to do certain things. There's certain things that we can't do in our company. Resources are, what are they? Who are they? When we talk about personnel, we want to know what kind of personnel do we need? We need personnel to effectively implement the quality management system and its operations, controls, and processes. The business and work-related infrastructure. The purpose to summarize work information, job-based, which is a job description. What kind of people do we need? What do they have to do? And skills, analyze the needs and certification processes. What kind of skills do we need? What type of certifications? What type of training do we need? And competency. Competency takes in a lot of things, not just physically doing the job. It's behavioral, it's the core, it's the personal base structure of someone. Then the infrastructure. The infrastructure is the relationship with all our different departments and how they're integrated with each other for operations and processes to achieve product and service conformity. Everything is based on conformity, and remember that's acceptance criteria. So we talk about departmental or department interactions. We talk about the building and utilities needed. We need equipment, hardware, and software. We need transportation resources, information and communication technology. The infrastructure has to be set up the best it can produce the product or provide the service that's important to you and your customer. Then there's got to be an environment for the processes. And it tells us that we have to determine them. The environment for operations and processes to achieve product and or service conformity. Environment can be human and physical factors. They could be social, non-discriminatory, non-confrontational, psychological, low stress. We don't want burnout. We don't want to burn out our employees by taxing them with not just work, but their mental capacity. Physical. We have temps, we have humidity, the lights, the hygiene, the noise. We want to make sure that everything in the organization is suitable for people to work in it, and they do a good job. These factors can differ on the products and or services provided, obviously. If I'm digging ditches, then I need strong people with shovels to throw things around. If I'm doing something inside an organization where I'm just doing very, very cautious, meticulous type soldering, I want someone who's really talented and working very small. I was in shipbuilding and submarine repair and overhaul for years and years. I'm used to big things. It's hard for me to break big things. But if you have me working on something that's very delicate, because of my background and my life experience, somehow I wind up breaking it. I don't know what that's about. It's because I just don't handle it. I'm not used to handling things that are very delicate. We talked over and over about monitoring and measuring. We talked about objectives have to be monitored and measured. Let's take a look at section 7.1.5 and 7.1.5.2, which deals with provide resources needed and measuring traceability for monitoring and measuring resources.